Hello and welcome. So this is our third video that we're going to be doing. So on the last video we did mountain pose, we did staff pose, and we did Shavasana as well, the lying down pose. Okay, so we're going to progress a little bit further from those now. So props wise, okay, if you do have a yoga brick nearby. If you don't have a yoga brick, that's absolutely fine. Remember, we could use some stacked books. Whoops, I'm having a bit of a wobble. We could use some stacked books. We could use some foam or anything like that. And that's to sit on, or whether it's to rest your head on so your head's not too far back as you lay down when we do the supine pose. Okay. Also, the first pose we're going to start with from our mountain pose, which we did last time, is called Gomukhasana. Now, Gomukhasana is a seated pose. However, we're going to do it standing up, and we're just going to do the upper part of this yoga pose. Okay, so for Gomukhasana, which means cow face pose, you might want to have either a yoga belt, a yoga strap, if you've got one. If you don't, remember, you could always use a tie. You could use a scarf, you could use a towel, or even use just a normal belt or dressing gown belt. Anything like that's great. Okay. So if you do have one of those, take hold of your strap to begin with. And first of all, if you remember from that last video of Tadasana, I like to stand into Tadasana, into mountain pose. So remember from last time, if there is any lower back issues, then knees and feet hip distance apart, or even any stability issues as well, okay? If this feels okay though, heels together, big toes together. If your toes are nice and free and you're not wearing socks or any trains or anything like that, then lift the toes up, spread the toes out, and place the toes back down, giving us a nice wide base for our mountain pose. Next, lift the instep ever so slightly, so we're not collapsing the instep and the feet are nice and active. Next, get the kneecaps lifted and engage those legs. I want strong, firm quads. Don't lock legs out, but just engage those quads. Nice and strong for those legs. Draw the navel into the spine, hold that connection for the lower abdominals, lift the chest up and away from the belly button, then roll the shoulders back and down. Chin nice and level. Now we're going to go into Gomukhasana cow face pose, taking hold of your strap. Now I'm going to work the same arm, same leg as you, okay, so I'll work the same side of the body as you. So let's place the strap at your right hand, shoulders back and down. We're going to bring the right arm up, taking the left arm out to the side with a palm facing back of the room. We're going to fold the left arm, folding back and up. Then take the top arm, dropping down the back. Now, if you have hold of your strap, then we could take hold of that strap. Now, if you do have hold of that strap, if all this feels okay for you, to maybe work the hands a little closer together. Maybe even bringing those fingertips together. Now, as we start to come into Gomukhasana, remember to be mindful how you feel. This all depends on your shoulder mobility. If the shoulders aren't too good, then just ease off a little bit, okay? Now, whilst you're in your Gomukhasana, your cow face pose, with kneecaps lifted, legs nice and strong, with the chin lifted, make sure that your chin is not buried down to the chest. We want the chin lifted, the neck nice and long, so there's no discomfort, no tension through the neck. we should have the right elbow to the ceiling, the left elbow to the ground, and with the neck nice and free, and with a breath relaxed. And as you lengthen up the spine, lengthening up the crown of their head, breath relaxed. Now, like I said, Gomukhasana would be normally done in a seated pose, but I always like to do this one standing up as well. Now, from your Gomukhasana, inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, release those hands. Bring those arms back down. Give the shoulders a roll if there is any tension in those shoulders. But how good does that feel? All right. Now, place a strap into your left hand, shoulders back and down. Kneecaps lifted, legs nice and strong, chin nice and level. Let's bring the left arm up. As you take the right arm out the side, palm facing back of the room. And as you fold the right arm back and up, taking the top arm, dropping down the back. So once again, taking hold of the strap. If you do have hold of that strap, then maybe try just to work those fingers maybe just a little closer together. Maybe, just like on the other side, you can bring fingertips together. Now you may find that one side is easy and the other side isn't. So remember, whichever side's not so easy, practice that one a bit more often. Okay, this is a great stretch to do when you've ever had a shower or a bath and you've got a towel and you're doing your drying, then you can always use that and do that stretch as well. Okay, so you're not going to be nice and warm as well after you've been in a shower or a bath. And that'll make the muscles a bit more pliable. So remember, make sure there is no pain. Okay, you feel any pain, just ease off a little bit, remember, or come out of the yoga pose anytime you like. It all does depend on your shoulders as well, okay? So once again, legs nice and strong, kneecaps lifted, and with the chin lifted, not buried down to the chest. We should have the left elbow to the ceiling, the right elbow to the ground, and with the neck nice and free. So no tension in the neck, no tension in the breath. Now from your Gomukhasana, inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, release those hands. Bring those arms back down. Okay, drop the strap on the floor for a moment. Give the shoulders a roll if there is any tension in those shoulders. But how good does that feel? All right. Any tension in the wrists or forearms, you could shake the hands out, flex the fingers, circle the hands. Now, any tension in those legs, then walk legs through. Shake the legs out, ease off ankles, knees and hips, anything that feels a little tender after keeping those legs extra strong in your mountain pose. Okay, now, from standing up, we're going to bring ourselves to a seated posture. Now, last video we did Dandasana staff pose, so we're going to progress from Dandasana staff pose into a seated fold. So I'd like to sit yourselves down. Now, as you sit yourselves down, make sure that your strap is nearby, or your yoga belt, your belt or towel or tie or scarf, anything that you've got to help you for this next yoga pose. Now, as you sit yourself down, if you remember from last time, we were doing Dandasana staff pose, kneecaps on top, toes pointing up. Remember, as you sit nice and tall, if this is uncomfortable, if the lower back's a bit tight, it's a little bit tight in the hamstrings, then you can always sit onto a yoga brick if you need to sit on a yoga brick. Remember, if you do sit on a yoga brick, make sure you're not hyperextending, you're not pushing the knees down, okay? So, from our Dandasana, our staff pose, with kneecaps on top, toes pointing up, sit nice and tall, shoulders down. Now we're going to go into a yoga pose of Paschimottanasana, which means intense west stretch. So taking hold of your strap, which should be down by your side. We're going to place the strap across the back of both feet. With each end of the strap into each hand, sit tall, shoulders down. From here, inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, draw the elbows out to the sides as you hinge from the hips over those legs. Now, as you hinge from the hips over those legs, lengthen for the spine for the crown of the head, lengthen and maybe fold a little deeper, folding a little further. Maybe even working the hands a little further down the strap. Now, as you relax into this intense forward fold of Paschimottanasana, intense west stretch, as you relax into this forward fold with each relaxed exhalation. So no holding of the breath, no holding any tension through the breath. You may find that your hands actually reach your feet. Now, if you do have your hands comfortably on your feet, then make sure your legs are straight, not bent, and your breath is relaxed. Now, if you do have your hands quite comfortable on your feet, and your legs are straight, not bent, and you're pretty flexible, then maybe you could rest your abdomen to the thigh, maybe the chest to the thigh, maybe your head rests to your knees or shins. Maybe not today, but maybe one day. And as you relax into your forward fold for as long as feels comfortable for you, to bring it back out whenever you need. Now from your Dandasana, in from your intense west stretch, inhale to prepare as you exhale, release from those feet as you bring it back up. And how good does that feel? Okay. Now, from your Dandasana, your seated pose of Paschimottanasana, we're going to bring this into a supine twist. So I'd like to lie yourselves down. Now, as you lie yourselves down, we're going to bend the legs of the feet flat on the floor with knees and feet together. Arms down by the sides. I want to ground the shoulders down. If this is uncomfortable with your head directly on the floor, then have your head lifted on a yoga brick or a book. Make sure that your neck is nice and long. With the right shoulder grounded down, inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, take the knees to the left hand side. Just let those legs relax down to the left and as far as feels comfortable for you. With the right shoulder in contact with the floor. Just let those legs just relax down to the left. And with a breath, relaxed. Now as those legs relax down to the left hand side, we could even look to the ceiling. Or we could turn the head as we look in the opposite direction from those legs. With shoulders down and the breath relaxed. From the supine twist, if their head is turned, bring their head back into the centre. With the right shoulder grounded, inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, bring those knees back into the middle. With shoulders down, inhale to prepare. As you exhale, take the knees to the right hand side. So just let those legs relax down to the right, as far as feels comfortable for you, with the left shoulder grounded down. So don't let the shoulders lift. Now as those legs relax down to the right hand side, we could either look to the ceiling, or we could turn our head as we look in the opposite direction from those legs, with shoulders down and the breath relaxed. From the spinal twisting stretch, if the head is turned, bring the head back into the centre. With the left shoulder grounded, inhale to prepare. As you exhale, bring those knees back into the middle. Bring the knees into the chest, hands around the thighs or even hands around the shins. And just give the knees a bit of a squeeze. Maybe roll the lower back round, massaging out your lower back. Now once you take a release in your lower back, just release each foot one at a time back down to the floor. Take a good moment, take a good few breaths as you roll to your right hand side. Take your time on the right hand side, a good moment, a good few breaths on your right hand side before you bring yourselves to a seated position. So thank you very much for joining me for this session. I hope to see you on the next video. So in the meantime, look after yourselves, take care, don't forget to do your regular practice of yoga, and thank you for watching.